Bro, we are so fucking back. I'm just gonna do this video uncut. This video might get me taken off of YouTube, but no. Welcome back, boys and girls, to another 37 Ghost video. And in today's video, we're going to do the topic that is the unspoken topic. We're gonna be talking about women today. Just my experience. I took down a bunch of notes on all the topics that I wanted to talk about. I've been wanting to make this video for probably like over a year. I don't know how it's going to come out. Like I just told you, it's going to be uncut. And let's get into it. So, starting off the foundation. When I was growing up, there's nothing notable to talk about when it comes to girls. Absolutely nothing notable to talk about. Like everything was like what you would typically see from like a kid, age 0 to 12. When I got into middle school, or junior high school or whatever, that's when I started to have girls as friends, kissing and stuff like that. And that started in like 8th grade and shit. But no, nothing notable happened. Honestly, until the age of freshman year of high school. So we really don't even have to go into the foundation of anything. Just know that from age 0 to age 12, I didn't really talk to girls, really. It would be safe to assume that girls had crushes on me. It would be very safe to assume that I had a crush on a lot of fucking other girls. But like the whole, I wasn't pilled by here. I wasn't like blue pilled, red pilled, all that shit. It was just being a kid. When I turned 14-ish, yeah, I'd say that's around the time, because I'm 23 now. That's when everything changed. So entering into high school, I noticed the difference. So let's get into that. Now, back then, when I was a freshman in high school, 14 years old, I have never had a girl who I've liked like me back, ever. It would either be a girl that I did not find attractive would like me, or a girl that I found attractive would not like me. Or a girl that I found attractive would not like me. So my crush never liked me. It was like that forbidden Bermuda Triangle. Like, I could never get the girls to like me, right? That I wanted, at least. There was this one Armenian girl, and I grew up in Southern California, so that makes sense, right? Long story short, I remember me and my buddy were taking a bus one day, and I DM'd pretty much half of the fucking school saying, 37 Ghosts has a crush on you. What do you think about 37 Ghosts? And then I would get the feedback, oh, he's ugly as fuck. Oh, he's cute. Oh, whatever, right? And I remember she was the one who said, like, I was cute. And, like, believe it or not, I actually have a crush on him too. And ever since, I never knew this, ever since I was hooked. And, being the 1.0 version of myself, aka the base version of myself, and watch my other videos if you want to know my philosophy, the 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. But that's besides the point. When I was a base version of myself, I had this very interesting view when it came to girls. Nobody taught me about girls at all. My dad didn't. I had an older brother who was 10 years older than me. He was too far ahead. He didn't live with us too, so he was just too far ahead for me to really get advice from him, right? To think he's older than I am now back then. So like he was so ahead of me that, like, I don't know, like I didn't even communicate with him, right? So I didn't have any cousins, big cousins, older friends. I just figured this shit out by myself. And the weird thing is, and I find this so fascinating, I mean, growing up in Southern California, the most liberal area, I thought that to get a girl's attention, you would have to become a girl. I know this sounds retarded. I know this sounds stupid, but actually it isn't. It's something where it's it ties into liberalism, and I'll get into why I am bringing the politics up in general. So I never asked this girl out. I remember there was a time we had the same class together. I remember I always had this one condom on me for no reason. I was a virgin. I never had sex. But for some reason, I would always carry a condom on me like it was a Glock. I don't know why. And I remember it dropped out of my pocket one day, and she picked it up. And she was like, this is for me. And I told her to give it back to me. And we ran across the fucking the tables after class for me to get the fucking condom back that I didn't even fucking use anyway. And I remember when I got the condom back, she kissed me on the lips. And it wasn't my first kiss, but I remember the power of love. The power, I used to be in track and field back in the day. And I was, due to like gooning and all that shit, even back then, I literally had no energy because I was always releasing my seed, right? That's a whole different topic in itself, a whole different video topic that I'm going to get into later. But when it comes to the power of love, bro, like I had 100% energy, bro. We were doing 500 meters back to back, and if you don't know what 500 meters are, or doing 500s are, track and field, that's a lap and a quarter going as fast as you can. And typically I would half-ass it because I was pretty fast. So I'd half-ass it. Just don't be the fastest guy. Don't be the slowest guy. Just be it right in the middle. But I was Sonic the Hedgehog that day, bro. I don't know. It was the power of love. And I never asked this girl out. So she moved on. This is a totally different topic. This is a totally different topic for a totally different video. Like, this needs to be examined in a full video, and I will. I think because I'm about to turn 24. I think when I turn 24, I think I'm gonna isolate it more so into like story times where it's a specific person. But I'm rambling off. She moves on, and why shouldn't she? I never asked her out. I never pressed the issue. She said she had a crush on me. I had a fat crush on her. I didn't know how to pursue it. I was very feminine in my ways. I would be posting like, doing like the duck face, like a fucking pussy. I don't know why I was just very feminine. I don't know what that was. To the point where if somebody were to pick up, like, find pictures of me, like, when I was, like, younger, they would probably think I was gay. I'm dead ass. But she moved on and got a boyfriend. And I can't shame her for that. And this was almost 10 years ago, so I'm not really tripping about it. It's more so of analyzation right now. And I remember thinking, how the fuck am I going to get her back? Because I fumbled. I really did fumble. How can I get her back? So I decided to become the 2.0 version of myself, where I was a very skinny kid. I was about 5'7" and 108 pounds. And it's mostly because I had these molars. My permanent molars had these fat cavities on them, so anything hard I couldn't eat. So literally I would just be eating the soft shit, yogurt, hamburgers, like just all the unhealthy shit that's soft that I can eat. If I ate like a nacho and it got into the back of my mouth, it would feel like I got kicked in the balls, but in my mouth. That shit was so bad. I don't miss those days. They had to pull those molars out, so I'm missing my permanent molars because of it, right? But I was a skinny kid, right? And I told myself that I wanted to be masculine. I always wanted to be in my masculine, I guess. I remember freshman year, I didn't sign up for the football team. Like I said, I was in track. And all my friends signed up for the football team. Even people that were unathletic, they all signed up for the football team. And I remember seeing my classmates that were around my age just gearing up for war, thinking like, these motherfuckers are going to World War III, and I'm over here doing track and field with half of the other chicks. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like I was, like, with the whole, like, fucking how feminine I was, I wanted to change that. Like, I hated that about myself. So I locked in. The summer of 2017, I locked the fuck in. Where there was, I lived in an apartment at the time, and I started working out like a motherfucker. Like, every day, I remember I was going to like, the apartment gym like at 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning. And it had this apartment gym for some reason was actually nice as fuck. It had everything, bench press, like you could like those chairs that you can do the incline dumbbell press. Like it had fucking everything, leg machines, treadmills. And I remember I was blasting Playboy Cardi. I didn't love Houston. I didn't love Earth. Lean in my cup, gas in my blunt. Yes, sir. Like I remember that shit like yesterday, summer of 2017. And I was just lifting like a motherfucker. And I told myself that if I couldn't gain weight by eating, I was going to gain weight by drinking. Not by alcohol, but by coconut oil, whey protein, all that shit. Peanut butter. Bro, I would drink 2 shakes a day. And this is the first time where I started taking care of my hair. So before, I was one of those stereotypical black kids that had the milk dud haircut where you would just get a buzz cut every fucking every month, right? I had a fucking peanut head, bro. And this is the first time where I got a taper fade and all that shit. I started wearing different clothes because my mom used to dress me. So, dude, I was wearing like fucking goddamn Nike shirts and shit. Like I was a dork, my nigga. I was a dork. And I started dressing like how I wanted to dress. I remember watching like DDG, XXX Tentacion, Pretty Boy Fredo, like all those cats, and it inspired me to dress like them. So I started wearing the Space Jams, all that shit. I gained about 20 pounds, and I was lifting like a motherfucker. Like I'm talking creatine, all that shit, getting stronger. Because you got to think, when I joined the football team when I was like freshman year. This is after the first season, so we were training for the sophomore season, right? And I remember trying to hit bench press. I couldn't bench about 75 pounds. It was absurd. It was absurd. And I came back thinking that benching 115 pounds was amazing, right? But gained 20 pounds. I gained a height. I gained 1 inch on my height. I had a taper fade, different clothes, and a different mentality. And this is when I ingested the red pill for the first time. You have to understand that in 2017, the red pill was not fucking Andrew Tate, fresh and fit. It wasn't, bro. It was fucking... the OGs remember this shit. Far From Average. Do you remember that YouTube channel? Far From Average, where it would be like how to get her to stop and trip about you, how to do this, how to get her emotions doing this. And I'm just like, I'm taking in this content all crazy, thinking like I'm gonna win this Armenian girl back. You don't even understand, right? I come back, and this is when I rebranded myself to the point where I call this the 2.0 arc. This is the 2.0 arc. I am now the 2.0 version of myself, right? Which I label myself as a 3.0 version of myself, and I'm transitioning into the singularity, the final version of myself, the 4.0, right? So I come back as a 2.0, and I remember I had all these these girlfriends. By girlfriends, I don't mean actual girlfriends, but I typically would hang out with more girls than I did guys before. And this is not a bragging. This is not me bragging. This is literally saying that like I was like the gay best friend in all circumstances. Like I'm not even joking. And that's what I felt like. And I was friends with a lot of pretty girls, right? And I remember coming back, and they all like once they saw me, they all like ran up to me and like, "Oh my God, 37 Ghost, you look so good." And I remember I turned into the devil. I was like, instead of being like in my feminine, like, "Oh my God, thank you so much," like, "Oh my God," like whatever, I'd be like, "Yeah, I know I look good." You know what I'm saying? My aura switched entirely, where I knew the fundamentals of how women operated, which was emotion. And I would just be like, instead of being a nice guy, let's be an absolute fucking jackass. A total night and day difference. And it wasn't even me. For instance, like I would call women bitches. I would, like after this, before this, I only kissed 3 girls. I'm a virgin, right? I remember we had school dances. Some of the girls that I thought were like that I would text beforehand, saying like, do you see a future with me and you? They would be like, oh no, I only see you as a friend. Oh no. But as soon as I come back as the 2.0 version of myself, I'm getting lap dances from them. I'm hooking up in the back of the school with them. Total night and day difference. And that's what I can't stand about the black pill. The power of a controlled glow up is fucking insane. And I know that not everybody has the opportunity to do so, but the majority, and I mean 80+% of men can fucking do this shit. 90%, bro. So that's the fascinating part about it. I remember coming back and thinking I was a fucking god. And that's why I would call myself the king. And I started hooking up with girls for the first time. It was crazy. It started literally when I came back from summer and to the summer dances where it was like hooking up with cheerleaders, doing all this shit where I was literally getting left on red all the time to the point where my reality switched just by growing 1 inch, gaining 20 pounds, and dressing better and acting totally different. So I was the shit. But one thing I noticed, because I became homeless for a time and I had to move from SoCal to NorCal. I just remember being constantly frustrated. I hooked up with a lot of fucking girls. But I never, from that, one thing I think is fascinating about this is I always felt like I wasn't doing enough. By that, I mean, like, the experiences wouldn't satisfy me for shit. But from an outside perspective, you would think I'm getting like, oh my God, 37 ghosts, he can pull. But like, no, like literally they don't know the background of anything. Like, and that's what a lot of these people, they don't, especially the black pillars, they don't understand. It's like, you'll see me hooking up with a girl, but you don't see the fact that I will never talk to that girl again, that she unfollowed me on Instagram the day afterwards, she blocked me on everything. Just shit like that, where it's just like none of these relationships would work out because I was a jackass. And I always like to take accountability. Yeah, I was a common denominator in a lot of those situations where, because of my past issues, that Armenian girl that I was telling you about, she went for a guy, and this is like a canon event for the majority of men, right? She went for a guy that treated her, it was this Mexican kid, treated her like shit. And she just kept coming back. And I kept thinking, like, why the fuck does you keep coming back if he treats you like shit? And here I am. I would do everything for you. This is my 1.0 liberal version of myself, so pardon me. I will do everything for you to keep you safe and feeling good. I felt like I can't even like say these words without thinking I'm a bitch now. But it's literally that. Like, I was literally saying, like, why don't you stay with me, somebody who can actually give you comfortability? And I don't know why you can't just think with your logistically like a fucking idiot, bro. Oh my God. But to the point where I thought because she was gravitated to that, I turned into that, which actually got me a lot of short-term validation, but no long-term success. To the point where I was 18, still sexually frustrated, because even though I would like make out with a lot of girls, like I would not have sex. I'll get ahead a few times, but no sex. And that's where I was like, dude, I'm getting frustrated because what the fuck is going on? And I'm not that attractive. Like before, especially I wasn't. And I was just like, dude, fuck this shit. This is where I got the most black pilled I ever went, where it was like, I am so fucking frustrated at women. Like, I fucking can't, if I do it the liberal way, the way that everybody says to do it, I get labeled as a nice guy and shit on. If I do it the opposite way, where you're a jackass and all that shit, you, I just get short-term validation, and it doesn't work in the long run. And this is after many failed relationships, potential relationships. So I was 18, virgin, never had a girlfriend, which I don't think is out of bounds. But being 18 at the time, 5 years ago, especially during fucking COVID, I thought I was like a fucking alien. I thought by the time you're 18, you should be laying down the pipe and all that shit. And I just felt like an absolute loser. And that's when COVID happened. And I think that it made me feel even worse because I was so isolated. I was gooning. Like, my record, bro, it's embarrassing. My record is like 12 times in a day, to the point where I had no job. I was 18, no job, living in Northern California, beating my dick that much, to the point where I would go to sleep in the daytime, wake up in the nighttime, play Xbox with my boys till 4 in the morning. We play Roblox, like those survival games on Roblox. We were just like having a ball, bro. And fucking Modern Warfare. I know you remember the revamp in 2019. That was my shit. I was playing that like a motherfucker, listening to 1000 Band Fani, whatever. And it was a time, but I was still frustrated, to the point where I knew I needed a different version of myself, because the 1.0 version of myself was not enough. The 2.0 version of myself was definitely not enough. And I was going to probably turn into a fucking loser if I didn't lose my virginity. I lucked out. I matched with this, I believe she was like Lebanese, and she was actually attractive. She was a year older than me. I remember I drove like, well, it was a crazy distance. It was probably like 50 miles to see her. And like, I remember like proposing the idea of having sex. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm down. And I'm like, no fucking way. And I lost my virginity that night. And everything kind of subsided, where it was like, okay, I don't not like women. I'm not frustrated anymore. I just, you know what I'm saying, I went crazy for the first time in the back of my grandma's car. But bro, that shit was like, it's cool. Like, it's I just knew I needed a revamp. And after I had sex for the first time, it was right before I turned 19. It was literally it was a cascading effect where I would only do the dating apps, and during the dating apps, I just got date on date on date, to the point where I was going on dates with girls that I was in high school with, because they were in the area, and it would start going well. And to the point where I started having sex multiple times. And I was just like, at 19 years old, I told myself this: I have the quantity of women that I want, but not the quality. So I don't even want these women. And unfortunately, there was this one white girl that I was really messing with. She was 2 years older than me. And I broke it off because of past trauma. And I kind of just blamed her, even though it was my fault. And to this day, I feel bad because I never. It did not need to happen like that. I'm probably gonna send her a message like in a year. I haven't seen her since, but I'm probably gonna send like a message to her saying like, my bad. Like, when I become the 4.0 version of myself and everything pops off. But that's besides the point, right? I just noticed like at the age of 19 that I wanted the quantity and the quality, so I need to become a different version of myself. And here's where we come into the 3.0. I never knew that it was going to take this long. For instance, the transition to 1.0 to 2.0 was 2 months. The transition from 2.0 to 3.0 took about fucking 4 years. Because of my mental health, because of one of the biggest things that I wanted to kick was porn addiction. Thought the shit was gonna be easy. I learned it from Von Two Cut. Like, oh yeah, you shouldn't jerk off 10 times a day, right? All that. Oh yeah, it's good for your prostate. Shut the fuck up, right? It's bad for your fucking mind, right? And I would literally try to not do it. And I would realize, like, everything that when it comes to girls, like, you are a mirror when it comes to women. Like, women and men, that's one thing that they have to understand. And that I feel like both genders are fucking idiots about. Because women can't take accountability for shit. We know this, especially the liberal ones, right? And the men just fucking, they take it better, but they still don't get it. They still try to play with everything the woman says, and they fucking get shit on. If you attract the men that you attract in your life, the women that you attract in your life are a mirror to who you are. So if you are dissatisfied with the men in your life, if you're a woman and you are dissatisfied with the men in your life, congratulations. That is the men that are on your playing field, honey. Unfortunately. And it's what you're going to do next. You have two options. You can lock in and look within and say, hey, why am I attracting these guys? Why am I attracting these fucking weirdos? Which, to a certain extent, because you don't want to blame like bad shit happening to women because they attracted that shit. No, I'm not doing that. But when it comes to like the dating market, when it's like when I see all these women that I grew up with and they're like reposting, why can't men be men nowadays? It's like, because you told them not to. Liberalism, dork. You know what I'm saying? And when you contribute that to the dating field, bro, they go to clubs and all this shit. Every time I go to the club, bro, all those women are fucking salvage titles, my nigga. I go to the club. So my strategy when it comes to going to the club, and I'm kind of ranting right now, is I'll pull up. I'll talk to 5 chicks. That's the goal. I live in the capital of California. It's lit. Downtown, it's lit. I go to the club. It's cool. Talk to 5 women. Probably get 2 or 3 numbers. I text them 2 days afterwards. Hey, so-and-so, what's going on? Just taking care of my son. Me and my boyfriend broke up 3 weeks ago, and you're at the club giving your number away when you have a fucking kid at the crib? The fucking what? That shit when I bro. Or I'll see their TikToks. Oh well, so men can't do this and men can't do that. Never looking within. It's like you're almost incapable of doing so. It's like, holy shit. Have you ever looked at who the fucking common denominator is? Bro, it's so funny to me. I don't get mad at it. It's just like it's almost like looking over a mountain and seeing all the people below doing what they're doing, and like you just kind of see it. You just see it and you're like, haha, like I can honestly expect this from you, you know? But I went on a 4-year hiatus where I gradually started talking to girls. COVID changed everything. I remember back in 2020, my city on Twitter, X, they literally did like this thing. It was the scariest shit ever. It was so weird. They said that the whole Me Too shit happened. And they were listing people that I knew that have sexually assaulted women. It was a list of like a bunch of people. A lot of them that I knew, they were all around my age. And these are people that I grew up with, right? For the majority of them to come out as false allegations. And it was the scariest shit, because it would be like, so-and-so, when I was at a party, he made me feel really uncomfortable, and he started taking videos of the party, but I thought he was taking videos of me, and I was wearing a very skimpy outfit, so I thought he was taking a picture of me without my consent. And it would be like, you go, girl, yeah, girl, yeah, and it would get like 1,000 likes, and it would be the fucking name of the person. You know how fucked up that is? And it would be like, they would comment, and it'd be like, I wasn't even at the fucking party. What are you talking about? And he would show proof, and then the girl would delete the comment, and then they would still be bashing the dude. And that's just like, yo, that's where I was like, bro, politics is crazy. And that's when I started questioning that whole Soluminati shit. We're getting the vaccine. I started questioning everything. I questioned my religion. I questioned my politics, because I was very liberal beforehand. And I was just thinking, like, this shit doesn't make sense. Like, why the fuck am I going to wear this paper mask everywhere when half of these motherfuckers don't even go to the gym? The fuck? You can't bench press 135. How the fuck you going to tell me you care about your health? What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? So, I'm trying to keep this on YouTube, bro. Fuck. I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to keep this contained, but I can't. over those 4 years, I slowly started talking to women again. To the point where when I was 21, I probably talked to about 10 girls. By 22, I talked to about 20. By now, I've probably talked to about 100. In this year, or at the age of 23, about like 75-ish, 100. And like going to the club, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. And I'm just realizing how politics actually outweighs. Politics has such a big thing when it comes to the genders. And one thing I find fascinating, these are the biggest takeaways that I have taken away, is the fact of how emotion works. I know, boys, a lot of you guys get frustrated when it comes to women. I no longer do. I'm cool. I don't think women and men can be friends, just due to the fact that there's always a secret agenda. Because no guy has a girlfriend and doesn't want to fuck them. I'm just saying, or doesn't want to smash. I'm just saying, like, nobody that doesn't. No, that doesn't. The majority of men are just like looking in the background as like, if this girl ever, if there's even a 1%, 2% chance of this girl dating me, I'm gonna be friends with her, right? Or vice versa, and it's the guy that it has absolutely no interest, and the girl likes him. So like, oh yeah, let's be friends. So it's just like, I don't think we can really be friends, but I definitely appreciate women. I think we're both equal. I mean, I'm not into that whole red pill shit where it's like women are inferior. No, I'm not in that shit. Like, I don't like that. Because I want daughters. I want daughters. I want sons. I feel comfortable around women. I mean, it was the foundation of my friendship when I was a 1.0 version of myself. So it's like, this is not a take where it's like I want to bash them, right? But what you have to understand about emotions is that emotions, whatever the reality is, whatever the perception is the truth. That's why politics can be such a headache, because you can see one thing and get two different outcomes from it. Like when it comes to immigration, this whole ICE shit, it's not very good. But like when people come illegally, you can't come illegally. You can't do that. And I know it's a very nuanced take, because I'm very pro immigration when it comes to like legality, bro, for sure, right? And to be fair, like when the Europeans came to the Americas, it was a lot easier to come from Europe to America than it is from Mexico to America in the 2020s. There's no doubt about that. And if you want to shit talk about that and call me a pussy for that, I really don't care. And they're running from something. They're not running to, oh yeah, let's shit on America. Like, they're not, the majority aren't, but they're running from something. Like, some of these countries are fucked, right? But like when you come illegally, like, and you don't, like, you get caught. It's like driving over the speed limit. If you get caught, you're fucked. Like, you have to do the speeding ticket. You know what I'm saying? And if you get caught, like, unfortunately, you have to go back because of it's illegal to come here with if you do it illegally. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a politic head. I don't think I'm voting again. I genuinely don't think I'm voting again. But it feels wrong. It feels wrong to send these people back. So therefore, in the liberal mindset, the feminine mindset, it is wrong to send people back. Versus the masculine view is, this is the order of things. This is how things operate. You cannot cross this line. I don't give a fuck how I feel. You must go back. And life would work when both of them collide, where it's like, I know that you're running from somebody, running from something. Let's integrate you to American instead of sending you back. That's how I would want. But like, it's still breaking the law to come here, unfortunately. And that's just one take. When you have to think, who ate the fucking apple, bro? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the Bible, Adam and Eve, Adam knew the law. Adam, hey, we're not eating that fucking apple. Eve, well, what about the apple? Fucks everything up. Women tend to be have a lot of entropy. Men typically have a lot of order. And liberalism teaches that it's the total opposite. Women can do this, men can do that. And I genuinely think if you're qualified to do anything, you should fucking do it, right? But don't lower their standards and shit like that, right? Like, there should not be 4'11", 110-pound Latinas in fucking the army and shit, right? It's like that's no, or police officers and shit like that, right? It's just like when you see shit like that, it doesn't make sense, but it makes emotional sense. And the thing is about emotions is that if you ever defy them, it's like you're the enemy. And everybody operates off of emotions off of a certain extent, but emotions, once you realize that, you can diffuse so many liberal talking points, so many, where it's like, if they like, if you don't agree with me, and somebody says, "Oh, you're 37 Ghosts, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're this, you're that." Well, me as a black man, I feel like we've been through so much. We've been through 400 years of slavery, and you're telling me that I don't know how I can't articulate my own ideas. Well, man, I just think that you feel that I am inferior to you, and that I just can't think for myself because my IQ is so low. Is that what you're saying, liberal? Is that what you're saying? And you would see them fucking melt. It's so funny. But dude, yeah. I mean, I think the only conclusion to this that I've gotten to, right, is this is all by design, bro. I don't think women and men naturally hate each other. I really don't. I think whatever the politics out that have been introduced has fucked everything up, right? But it's all by design. The masculine, if the masculine could actually live in today's society and see how bullshit all the prices are, everything that we're doing is the work, all this shit that it's bullshit. There would have been a civil war or a revolution already. Bro, come on now. But they have to neuter the shit out of us, right? And for the most part, don't really take what women say seriously, bro. When it comes to like if you ask them, what do you want? Like, don't do that, bro. I literally just act or don't listen to them. Don't listen to what words come out of their mouth. Listen to what they respond to when it comes to relationships. Anything else it's fair game. But when it says, "Oh yeah, I want a nice guy, I want this and that," shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. The one thing I've noticed is that if you're assertive, if you're a masculine man in today's society, women will fucking like you. But you can't. You just have to get over that that emotional barrier. And if you understand emotion and you can deflect emotion and you are in your masculine, you will get all the women. And especially if you level up physically, you will get all the women. There is no, unfortunately, because of work and like the job market is fucking stupid. The relationship market is fucking stupid. This life, this existence, genuinely, I'm turning into a nihilist every day. I'm starting to not believe that there's anything after life, bro. Like, I'm genuinely thinking that. And what am I suffering for? I'm starting to turn into a nihilist. What the fuck is this existence for? The only way out of this is to become the best version of yourself. The only way. It's the only way, bro. It's the only way to not. And that's where, if you want to take that route, if you want to live in a fucking tent in the back of New York City because you didn't figure it out, that's an option too. That's a lot of what these black pillars go on, and I'm not with that shit. I'm with, and I have to say that I am blessed to be a very good what's the word? I have a lot of potential. And I think a lot of people do. But I have a lot of potential to be. I want to see if I can be Chad. I want to be Chad. Because I'm not Chad now. I can tell you that. I'm not Chad now. I definitely had a lot of sexual experience. But the women aren't that impressive, bro. Like I said, quantity, but not quality. I don't, and this is not even bragging. It's like, but to a certain extent, you do have to get out in the field, because if you're black pilled, you're incel, and you've never been out in the field, you don't know what it's like, so you don't have anything to contrast it to. Because I can promise you, there's no such thing as black pill if they were satisfied with the opposite sex, bro. I'm telling you, I'm so dead ass. And that goes for the liberal women too. The women that are saying kill all men and all that shit, bro. If they got laid down once by a good man who knows what he's doing, they would be, I love men. I swear to God. But once you have this, when you add politics in the mix, that emotions and logistics, you mix those two, it's like oil and water. They're never going to mix. They're never going to fucking mix. When you add on top of that, and you add that women are providing for themselves more than the majority of men, you're going to get shit on, bro. So the only way to go about this is to become the best version of myself and yourself. Or you can cope and just be, here are your options. You can either become the best version of yourself and live the actual life that you know you should live, right? And call me blue pill or whatever. I think you can do it. The majority of you listening can do it, right? You can go the route, the normie route, the average route, where you get into a relationship where the girl doesn't even fucking respect you at all. Like, the girl doesn't even care for you, right? But she's with you because she has no other options, because she's fucking 30 or whatever, right? And she resents you for the rest of the time and gets divorces you because you weren't the ideal man that she hooked up with when she was 21. Takes all your kids, takes half of your money, and now you're mad because you did everything right. You said everything right. You worked at this fucking job for so-and-so amount of years. You said everything that you wanted her. She said that she wanted to hear, and now look at your dumb ass. Divorced 3 fucking times. You don't even talk to your kids. You fucking hate existence. And then you enter non-existence. And now your awareness, your consciousness is delocalized. And you forget this lifetime. Or you can go the black pill route and say, fuck everything. I'm a nihilist. And have absolutely no impact on humanity whatsoever. Then cease to exist. I mean, in a way, none of this shit matters. So it's just like, it doesn't fucking matter to me what you do. And me, I just want to document becoming the best version of myself. Because I know what it's like to be in a drought. I know what it's like to be in a fucking drought. For 3 years, I didn't have sex. It was in fucking sucks. I haven't had sex in like a fucking year, bro. Like, it's insane, right? Because I have these spouts where it's like, I'll hook up with a bunch of girls and then done. Hook up with a bunch of women, done. Versus continually having like a girlfriend. I've never had a girlfriend. I'm almost 24. So I still got some fucking work to do. But I just know that the women that I could make my girlfriend, I don't want. They're fucking salvage titles, bro. I swear to God, I don't want them. But who's the common denominator? I can't afford the women that I want. So I have to literally become a better version so I can. That's how I see it. So I guess the red pill, I think the red pill is the best thing. I think the red pill, if you take the red pill with it, like just certain points of it, don't like live by it every day. But I think out of all the choices, the red pill, the black pill, the blue pill, I think the red pill is the best, hands down. Because it says you have agency in your life rather than being blue pilled and pretending this shit doesn't exist and being shit on. Or the black pill and not accepting anything. The red pill you can actually move forward from. So, the majority of the time. So, that's all I got. Hopefully this didn't get me canceled, but who knows, bro. I'm a ghost anyway. I mean nothing to nobody. That is today's video. What do you boys think? You Yeah, what do you boys think? I really want to know in the comment section what you guys think. I just feel like as this transition period of my life as a 3.0 version of myself, I always feel like I'm constantly enough when it comes to work. You're not hitting KPIs. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Whatever. You're not enough for the women that I want. I don't have enough money, so I'll get fucking eviction notices on my apartment door. It's just like, it's almost like, why the fuck am I trying? Then that's when I turn into a nihilist, a black pillar. It's like, dude, it's fucked, but I'm just trying to document the journey. That's all. But yeah, that's the video today, boys and girls. I took a hiatus on this YouTube channel because I tried to upload on my other YouTube channel and the traction didn't pick up. So I just want to stay anonymous. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I just want to stay consistent, stay anonymous, and talk about these topics and just go from there. And I'll just do more IRL content as the year I can't even fucking talk about. I can't even talk right now. But yeah, I need to go to the wig cage, and I like to vent. I like to vent. So I'm back on this fucking channel. I want 2026 to be the year where this channel actually pops off. We have fucking 18 subscribers. So yeah, bro, let's make it happen. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you boys in the next video. Later.